Welcome back, everybody. Today we are playing Divinity Original Sin 2. I actually have played this a little bit before. I haven't played it in a while, so I forget a lot of things in here, but I have played it before, so I'm a little familiar with it. And one thing I noticed when I opened up the game now, there's a bunch of like new gifts. I don't really know what all these gifts are, or they're called gifts, basically like some new cosmetics. I think there's some new perks, some new talents. So it looks like they've actually updated and changed some things in the game. I have to go into the game to actually trigger those. But with that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to start a new character. Single player and tactician mode is the way I like to play. Tactician mode basically is going to give a lot more combat focus to the game. It basically kind of just affects the way buffs and debuffs work in the game. The different modes, some things are buffed a little bit more in the player's favor, some things are buffed a little bit more in the NPC's favor, some things are kind of balanced right down the middle. Tactician mode is going to be kind of more, you're not buffed, and if anything, maybe the NPCs are a little bit stronger. You got to put a little bit more thought into combat, and it is a little bit more combat based. Regular and honor, let's just go ahead and do regular. Bring it on. Combat is demanding, and your foes are devious and observant. For every surprise you spring, they will respond with two of their own. Not for the faint of heart. Tactician mode, are you sure you want to start the game? Tactician mode, fights in this mode will be especially challenging. You cannot change the setting once the game starts. Final warning, they're really letting you know. This game is hard. I honestly, I don't really think, personally, I don't think it's harder than the time that I've been having with Pathfinder. I am absolutely loving Pathfinder, but there are some things in Pathfinder, such as the dice rolls, that make it very unforgivingly hard at times. This game's pretty hard too, but I don't really think that it's harder than Pathfinder. If anything, I would say it's easier than Pathfinder. Um, that being said, let's make a new character. I'm not sure what I want to play. What do I want to do? So they have pre-built characters. They're already going to have like their own general basic quest line, their own general like attributes and everything. Or you can go ahead and just make your own character from scratch. I usually make my own character from scratch when I play this. I have made a couple characters in this game. I had one that I got really far with, and then I've had a couple that I kind of just wanted to try the different classes. I didn't get too far, but just wanted to try the classes. What do we want to do? One thing I like is all the different like classes and races and everything you have. You also have undead versions of them, which are pretty cool. And the way undead works in this game, it doesn't just change like your stats, but it totally changes the way the world perceives you. If, for instance, if like you have your normal face like this, you're not wearing a helmet, you're not covering it up. When you go into a town, some people are going to get scared of you, or some people will straight up attack you. Some people will run away. Like, it really changes the way everyone interacts with you. It's kind of interesting. I like it. What do we want to do? And this is one of the first few games that I've played in a fantasy setting where elves are like looked down upon and are kind of almost bad guys, for lack of a better term. Like, they're not necessarily bad guys, but the world does not look favorably upon elves. They think of them as not good humans or beings or whatever you want to call them. In most games in fantasy settings, like, elves are like above all, like they're like the elite of the elite. And this game's a little bit different, which I kind of like. Okay, what do we want to do? Ranger, Rogue, Shadowblade, Wayfarer, Witch. I think I played a Witch last time I played, if I remember correctly, and I actually enjoyed it. I really liked the different abilities that you had. Wizard, Battle Mage, Cleric, Conjurer, Enchanter. I had an Enchanter. It wasn't my main character, but you basically control everybody the same. And I had an Enchanter, and I really liked them as well. But I'll probably pick up an Enchanter as we progress into the story. Who do we want to be? I think I'm going to go... I think I want to go Witch. All right. So now let's tweak him a little bit. And apparently there are some new faces, some new hairstyles. There's a lot of new. Can we zoom in? Yeah, let's zoom in. Let's change the hairstyle first, and we can change the face according to that. I don't know. how many new there are. It has been a while since I played this, so I don't remember exactly how many there were before. Kind of Viking looking hair, not bad. This game probably has some of the best graphics in this type of like CRPG that I've seen. Most CRPGs don't really focus on graphics that much. Pillars of Eternity, I think, has really good graphics, but only because the styling, more so just like the art style, the art direction, everything. This one actually has really good 3D renders, 3D models. I just like it. Let's do this hairstyle. Let's change the color though. Let's do that color, face. Let's try and find some guy that looks like he's 30. Make him look my age. Some of these look really old. Some of these look really young. You look like a adult baby. Face one actually doesn't look bad. Let's just do this. I think this is one of the new ones, so yeah, let's go for that. Facial features. What do we want to do? If we could do this just much shorter, that would be like me, but I don't think that's an option. Let's see if we can make me essentially. Okay, this but minus the mustache. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's a little too long though. He looks more like rogue-like if I do the facial hair actually. Okay, that makes him look a little bit more wizard. I mean, I don't got all this stuff going on, but that looks a little bit more wizard. We'll go with that. Voice, let's check out voices.
I'll yield to none. Meet your maker.
Meet your maker.
Nice try. Greet I'll
Almost got me that time.
I like this one. I like the idea of like a mage, but with like a deeper voice. So we're gonna do that. Presets. Okay. Let's just go ahead and leave this. Let's look at the skills though. Is there a different skill I would like to take out? So this is what I have. So these are destroys 6 to 7 magic armor, then tries and sets sleeping. Sleeping for 1 turn, does not break invincibility. This one, I love this one. I use this one a lot. Basically, all the corpses throughout the world, you can raise them, and now you have another minion fighting alongside for you for that encounter. It's very useful. I'm definitely keeping that one. Mosquito Swarm. I remember using it, but I don't remember what it did exactly. Use a swarm of giant mosquitoes to suck the blood from your enemies, dealing 6 to 7 physical damage and healing yourself. So you're essentially just stealing their health. I really like that. I might pop this one out, though. I might put it back, but let's just take a look at what else we got. So we got this. Decaying Touch. Deal 6 to 7 physical damage to target character, sets decay, so the target will take physical damage from healing spells. So basically, you deal damage, and then they can't heal themselves after that. That's kind of messed up, which I like. Bloodsucker, target character consumes blood surfaces around them, restoring vitality. Okay, I remember using that one. That is one that I eventually did pick up, just so it allows you to heal yourself. I already got that. What's up here? Throwing knives, not going to be doing that. Adrenaline, gain 2 action points immediately, but lose 2. So you can do more abilities this turn, but next turn you got less. Backlash, you know what? I think I'm going to go with this. So basically they can't heal themselves. I like that. Confirm. Now let's go to talents. What do we want to do for talents? What is parry? No, I'm not going to be doing melee. Well, maybe not much. It's Glass Cannon, I forget. With Glass Cannon, you start every combat round with maximum AP, but magic and physical armor do not protect you from stasis. Okay. Ambidextrous reduces the cost. Okay, I'm not going to be doing that. Comeback Kid. Once per combat, if an enemy lands a fatal blow, Comeback Kid will help you bounce back to life with 20% health. I like the idea of this because I'm kind of making like a necromancer-ish type character. So basically, this just brings me back up. I like that. Let's do that. Tags. We'll go ahead and leave that. Oh, wait, no. Let's do Mystic. Can we do multiple? I forget. Okay, we can do 2. We're going to do Mystic and Outlaw. Let's do Mystic and Noble. I like the way this one sounds. Let's do this one. It's a little bit different than the rest too. I like that. Oh, don't need to do that right now. Close. And this is our character. Wait, do we have to name him? I forget. It has been a while. Oh, here's his name. Let's do this is the second game where I'm using that name now. I don't know why I'm using that name, but I'm using that name. Just for some reason, something about that name is I just feel like doing it.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
So like I said, I have played this game a bit before. I actually really enjoyed this game when I was playing it. The only reason I stopped playing it and actually didn't finish it, I've never finished this game unfortunately, is I just got really busy with work at the time and I kind of stopped playing like all games for like a good year. This being one of them.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now, no need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
One thing that I liked about this game that I do remember from playing it, even though it has been a while since I played it, is this starting area.
It wasn't a dream after all.
The starting area that you play in, you have options in the starting area. For instance, there's some stuff back here that you might not do depending on how you play. Most games like this, the starting area, you have one or two things that you're going to do and then that's it, and then it opens up from there. This one, it kind of like right off the bat, you have options, which is kind of cool. I really like that. Let's go over here. Oh, actually, I should check really quick. Are those gifts that they did already activate? All right, so I got to activate these. I'm just going to activate all of them. I did briefly look at them before I started recording this, and I do just want to use them. Essentially, they're new powers, new abilities, new features. I think there's some new dialogue options. There's a bunch of new stuff. The developers just gave these. They're not DLC. They literally just gave these, which I think is pretty cool. And because they gave all them, I figured let's try them. Let's see what we think of them. And it might make the game a little bit different from what I remember too, which will make it a little bit more enjoyable for me. It's kind of like not a completely new experience, but like a new take on an experience that I'm familiar with. See, we're already getting these new things coming in from... Oh, wait, what? So you press C now and you can you can be basically sneaking. Interesting. I cannot move, though. That totally reminds me of like, what's the game? Metal Gear Solid. Only it's you can move in Metal Gear Solid and you're in a box, but still. Let's move this. And that's another thing, this world, you can interact with this world so well. I really love it. You can move boxes like this, and that's not for no purpose. There are actual benefits on interacting with some things in the world, such as just moving things. Right now, I am going to be taking everything I can, essentially. Because in this game, you really need this stuff. I actually remembered that there's a key right over here and I got the key, and now we open the door. So I don't actually have to go break down that door, which would actually take quite a while. It's worth it, but it would take a while. And we want to grab this food because this food is very nice to have. What is this letter? We'll take it for now. We'll read it later. And let's go venture around and let's see what's over in here. Alright, we got a pocket knife. We already got something going on. Is this locked? Mechanics. The door is operated by pressure plates, sand on them. Alright, so this is one of the examples of how moving stuff around actually is very useful. So we're going to move that over there. That's one. Now let's move this over here. That's two. Door's open. Let's equip this knife before we forget though, because I don't want to forget and need it and not have it. So now we got a knife. I mean, it's not much, but we got a knife. We got a little bit better armor and we got a knife. Let's go in here. Alright, so there is oil on the ground. Another thing that I really liked about this game is the way your environments are very interactive. It's not just visuals, they actually interact with the gameplay, which I really, really liked and enjoyed.
You there. Come here. Hey. Get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in?
Agree to help and ask what to do. Turn your back. Eye him carefully. Why is he in the cage in the first place?
Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here.
Okay, agree to help.
A gentleman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal.
Demand to know what exactly is in it for you.
Set me free, and I'll set you free.
Okay, so we can pull this. Something will happen. But there's also this guard over here who's currently asleep. And I do remember this scenario right here a little bit, but I don't completely remember how it plays out. If I remember correctly, I think we can actually convince him to leave.
The Magister Guard snorts and sniffles as he sleeps. You're almost impressed that one man can make such a phlegmy racket.
Okay. Let's leave him for now. Let's just try and go ahead and do this. I think it's going to initiate some sort of combat, but let's see what happens.
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring Magister mumbles himself awake. One bloodshot eye opens, and then another.
Is my shift over? You here to relieve me? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
You know the guard makes a move towards the nearby lever, so I can just go to do it, but you know combat's going to happen. Tell the truth, you're snooping around. Wits persuasion. Salute him and say his supervisor sent you. He's to report to the upper deck. Which, that's pretty nice. Tell him you heard yelling coming from above. He needs to get up there. Laugh and tell him one of the guards on the upper deck fell overboard. He should check it out. Laugh. Be like, yeah, dude, one of your coworkers just, I think he died, man. Alright, let's do this one. Success.
And it's about time too. The lads and lasses up there are getting lazy. Figures they'd send one of you sorcerers down. They can barely be chuffed to wiggle a single toe. Can't just leave the prisoner alone though. I heard he might be the one causing trouble upstairs.
Okay, ignore the guard lunge for the lever. Flex your arms, you'll keep an eye on the prisoner. Remark on the sturdiness of the cell bars. Yeah, let's go with that one. Fail. Okay, I need 2.
If it's all the same, I think it's best he comes with me. Some offense intended. You hear that, Emoire? Wait.
Alright, let's just pull it. Oh, I don't think I can actually attack this guy. It's not letting me.
Up, sorcerer. We haven't got all day.
Oh, here we're now we're attacking him. Oh, he's attacking us as well. Interesting. Okay, so let's just go ahead and work with the magistrate right now, who's almost dead, to attack this guy. I did not think he was going to attack us, but he is. That's not how I remember it going last time, so I think it's already playing out different than what we did when we played last time. Let's go ahead and do Decaying Touch. Let's do Decaying Touch for now. In case he's got any sort of healing spells, he's not going to then be doing it. And let's move over here a little bit. We're fighting both of them. I'm gonna laugh if we already die. If we go into it and die at this point of the game.
That's one problem, so a dead magister.
So much
Somebody
for
will have to take the blame for this.
Okay,
It won't be me.
we're gonna raise this guy to fight alongside us. So now we got this bloated corpse who's gonna fight with us. We basically now got this companion working with us. I tried to help you, dude. I don't know why you are attacking me, but okay. And now let's go ahead and do this. Get a little bit of health back, that's nice. So this is another thing I really like about this game is you have these ability points. I think one of the new gifts, as they put it, is you now have 8. I don't remember what it was before, but we have 8 now. And basically each one of these costs X amount of ability points, and then you can do things from there, which is just really nice and useful. Let's go ahead and Sucker Punch. It's just an easy way of doing combat, which I really like. And now we have the bloated corpse. I do remember this. We can blow him up, essentially, but it deals damage to everything. Or we can just attack with him. Looks like these are things that are gonna just be trying to kill us. I never fought this guy before. I think it played out differently last time I did this one, because I don't remember fighting this guy. But let's just go ahead and continue. Just fight him. And turn. Boom, there we go. First encounter done. There's fire literally everywhere, though. There we go. Oh no, I don't want to be doing the bloated corpse. I want to do my guy. He has nothing on him. However, we should... I'm on fire. There we go, okay. Where's that other corpse? Oh, it's right there. We should be able to take some stuff from the magistrate. Alright, we got a key and we got some gold. It's not much, but it's something. Let's go over here. I don't know if there's anything in here. Let's find out. And I don't know if you could tell from the dialogue that we briefly had, but the dialogue is voiced very well in this game. I really like the narrator. I just like everything's... the way it's scripted and worded, it just comes out really well. We got a key, so we should be able to open this fine. What do we got in here? And it is like a lot of games like this where almost everything is searchable. You just gotta search. You gotta basically hold your mouse over it, which is nice. And this is one thing that I really wish that some other games had, is where you can actually rotate the camera. I really like being able to rotate the camera. It just makes a little bit more user-friendly. Empty potions. I don't know if there's anything in here, so we're going to go into here. Poisoned. Not really worried about too much poison damage at the moment, though. I don't have the lock for that? I want to get in here because I don't know what's in here. Deck of cards. So let's just go ahead and attack this door. That's one thing I like, is when a door is like that, you just go ahead and attack it. Now granted, sometimes they might take longer to attack than others, but at the end you can get around it. Okay, so I don't have the key for this one, so we got to come back around. I mean, I can try and break this one down, but it's going to take a while. I don't want to waste all that time, so we're just going to go back around, which unfortunately takes a little bit of time, but it's not too bad. But you can kind of get the general idea of how the general engine in this game works when it comes to moving around and working and interacting with your world. Let's heal really quick, though, because we are very close to death, walking through that poison again. Let's go on upstairs. Once we go upstairs, we kind of meet some more people and get a little bit better idea of what's going on in the world. Let's look around before we interact with her. You can kind of tell there's a lot of things to be found just by looking too. If you just look, you can find stuff. You don't want to take everything because you will get overloaded eventually, but you get the point. There are things to be found just simply by looking. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to her and see what's up with her now.
Why, you're looking at... There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Okay, lean in and whisper that the magistrate below deck suffered a fatal encounter. You pull at the thing around the neck. Noble, now that you're up, you'd like to bathe and dine. And basically be like, yeah, I know I'm your prisoner, but I'll have my dinner now. Let's just take our leave. Now this book, I learned the hard way. If you touch this book right now, you got the red hand. It basically means you're stealing. I learned this the hard way the first time I played it, that if you do that, she'll just kill you. Basically, you don't even have a chance. She's just going to kill you right away. I think she like one-shots you, if I remember correctly.
There's been a murder here.
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Avoid looking in the room between the lurching ship and the smell of blood. You feel a little sick. Peer into the room and ask what happened.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Aren't you enterprising? I'll let Waters tell you now herself. Go ahead. She with the body.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Inform her that she wasn't this man's protector, she was his captor. Ask why she's letting you close to the crime scene. For all she knows, you could be the killer.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Shrug and say maybe you can. You are a sorcerer after all. Tell her that that's the trick you haven't quite mastered.
I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Okay, laugh. She really thinks you'd help a magister. Let's go ahead and take our leave.
No lesions, no trauma. He was bled by magic.
So we didn't say we would help, but we didn't say we wouldn't help.
Please, please. I forgot how to sing.
Anything in this crate? We got a couple gold. I always laugh at games like this when like just random crates have like money in them. Like somebody just put money there and just like forgot about it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
Boy, tell him he ought to think twice before addressing you like a child. Ask what you're meant to be hearing. Let's do that. Ask what we're meant to be hearing.
The ship, of course.
Quiet and listen to the sound of the ship.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
Tell him the ship is moaning like a sick man. Say the sea sounds angry like it's trying to capsize the ship.
Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums. But there's more. Listen close. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news. It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Tell him he shouldn't talk like that about such a about such a magnificent beard. Ask why he's so excited about reaching Fort Joy.
No, indeed, boy. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
Okay.
There has been a
Let's go over here. If I remember correctly, this guy was interesting.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Notice.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
Noble. He dares beckon you like a common servant, sniff and pretend not to notice him. Let's just do this one.
He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
Ask Ifan why the Magister suspects him of murder.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Ask Ifan what he did to find himself at the mercy of a subordinate. I couldn't read that for some reason.
Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Say that you're still curious about the murder. Did he do it?
No.
just no. What did he say that anyways, though?
The dead man. Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Ask Ifan if he knows anything about where you're headed for Joy.
The Joy? I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
Say you'd like to meet Alexander, you'd show him exactly what you think of his bloody divine order. Tell Ifan that one acquaintance you're not eager to make. Say you've no interest in Alexander, all you care about is surviving Fort Joy. Let's do this.
Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You! What's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
I'll find out. I always do. Now away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Alright, let's leave. So all these people around here, we can talk to them. They're basically going to just kind of give a little bit of dialogue like that, a little bit of dialogue like what he had over here, but we'll come back to them. I'll put it that way. Let's venture down this way.
It's a register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
Tell them you're fine. What's funny is like these are like the big bad guys that like kidnapped you and basically might kill you. But like some of them are actually polite and others are just extremely not. But like this one's like, you doing okay? Some of them are kind of nice. It's funny. Say you've been through worse. Ask if he actually cares. Tell him you're fine. Ask if he'd be fine collared like a dog and stuck in the ship's hold with a corpse and a murdered one on the loose.
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Sorry you're upset, sir, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
What's going on in?
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot at her.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
Okay, say yes, sir, and turn and leave. This may be the perfect opportunity to create a mutiny. Tell the woman you stand by her. Address the sorcerer and ask her what she meant by there's others whose lives must end.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Combat. And death. And just like that, we are set into the world with a lot of things going on and happening. Let's see what we can find, though. Let's search these corpses. We already have one of those, but we'll take another one. What's in here? Okay, a shiv, a cracked sword, and another shiv. I think that there was a penalty or a perk that I could have taken, so I wouldn't take a penalty for dual wielding, and I didn't take that. So if I was to dual wield right now, I would probably get a penalty. So we're not going to do that. But what is this? This is a broken collar source. Let's take this food. I do remember playing that I learned kind of the hard way that food is your friend, and you need as much food as you can get. Let's take these bottles of wine too. Even if I don't drink them, I can always sell them. What's in here? Is there anything in here? I don't think there is. What's over here? We got a deck of cards. I don't remember what cards are for. I think they're just for money, I think it's just for selling, but I cannot remember exactly. Did any of those things that we get, are they better than what we have, though? 4 to 5, this is better, so we're going to use that. It's not significantly better, but it is better nonetheless. Okay, 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. Alright, we're going to just leave it like that. We are doing more damage now, but I don't think I want to waste all this time trying to go into here. Might be worth it in the long run, but for now we're not going to do that. I don't remember what's in here. I think there's a potion, which is probably worth it, but whatever. Let's go see what we can find on this guy over here. Oh, so I think that should maybe let us in here. Maybe? Let's find out. Like I said, I have played this before, but it's actually been a while, so I don't really remember a lot of things in this game. There are a lot of things, actually, that I do forget. So let's go... I don't think we can do anything with them yet.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them.
Shake her shoulder, call out to her, wake up.
She doesn't stir.
Yeah, like I thought, so we can't do anything with them as of yet, but there's some corpses over here. Let's see if we can find some better armor or weapons or whatever. Or money. I will settle for money. Okay, so now that this girl is dead, or not dead, but knocked out, we can go ahead and take this book now. I don't remember what's in the book, but I'm taking the book. Oh, we forgot to look over here. Nothing. Okay, I don't think we can open this yet. Oh, we can't. Alright, actually, let's go up the stairs over here. I don't remember what is up these stairs, but I feel like this is the correct way that we are supposed to go. So for now, we're just going to go up these stairs. Apologize if I feel a little scattered on this one. I have played this, but it's been a long time, and I don't remember what to do, but I do remember that early in the game, there are some things that are better to do than forget. And for instance, we got this water bottle right over here, or this water barrel. We can put it over there and put the fire out. That's what I was hinting at earlier when I said, like, the world is interactive. You can actually do things with the world that I really, really like. Let's go in here. I think we're going to have to fight a little pupper over here, but there's a chest, so let's go for it. Maybe we don't have to fight him.
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching.
Shout to the dog. Shout to the dog. It has to get out of here. The ship is going to sink. Yeah, we'll do that.
The dog notices you for the first time and snarls. The hairs on its back prickling as it lowers itself into a lunge.
You sorcerer!
It sneezes suddenly and paws at its nose once more.
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Too much sauce. Too much. Too much. Please, make it stop.
Tell the dog you're not the one who did this. You'd stop it if you could. Ask the dog if its job isn't to hunt sorcerers. Tell it to go find one who did this. The ship isn't going to last much longer. Decide it's best to put the dog out of his misery. No, we're not going to do that. Yeah, we'll do this.
The dog whines and continues pawing at its nose.
Okay, let's go over here. So there are animals in this world that are not exactly animals, and then there are also animals in this world that are animals, but you can, if you have the right perks or abilities, you can actually communicate with them. That is not a normal dog. That's why we were able to talk to that one. But you can speak with regular everyday just dogs. If you have the abilities, I should say. Let's go over here. See what's in. Let's see what this guy has. Ranger, probably a bow or something. Yep, bow. Nothing. Money. Bodies over here. Body. Okay, so we got a key, we got a note, gold, and arrow shaft. What's that note say? Read. Death fog barrels have been locked down in storage. Stay out. You and Rick's both. Basically, it was those poison barrels that we were dealing with earlier in the game that poisoned me a little bit. But we got a character in here. Let's go talk to him.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No. What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh. Yes? Shouldn't you be running or screaming or some such?
Grab whatever is close at hand and move to attack the undead monster. Ask if he shouldn't be doing the same. The ship's going down.
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly use the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me. No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the sea floor, I will simply walk to shore. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over.
Ask why you didn't see him before. He kind of stands out.
I believe you did. Although I was wearing the face of an elf at the time. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands.
You don't have time for this, take your leave.
Remember, one of your race's weaknesses is having your lungs filled with water until you can no longer breathe. So, try to avoid that, perhaps.
The skeleton resumes his search, leafing through page after page, while hunching over the book in a futile attempt to keep it dry.
He totally talks like a character out of Archer, like that kind of the witty humor and kind of a smart ass. And he just kind of reminds me of somebody from Archer. He's actually one of the characters that I had on my party when I played last time. All right, let's see. Do we have a key for this door? We do. All right, let's go in here. Because in here, I think there's some stuff. Yeah, there's some stuff going on in here. Let's go do that. Ah, that's locked. Can we open this door? Oh wait, actually no, that only has 30 health. We'll break it down. That's not that hard of a health amount to break down. The ones that are like 300 or 500, I don't feel like wasting a bunch of time on those. One more and we should be in. We got a couple guys in here.
Thank the gods! By the fight, Grace, what was...
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Motion of destruction around you. What's going on here? What have they seen? Yeah, let's go and do that.
Like you don't know? Mutiny! Did that witch fix your collar too?
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take out your blood.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand.
Okay, Snarl, that's right. There's a mutiny, and if they want to see their families again, they'll stand down. Tell him there is no mutiny. You almost died at that woman's hands. Tell him Magistrate Saiwan is injured. She asked you to go find help. I think that's the girl where I took the book from. Let's do this one. Success.
Rix looks to his companion, who then looks to you. They drop their hands to their sides.
Go on then. Find a place to hide and stay there.
The ship's sinking. I don't want to hide. I want to get off the ship. Let's see what you guys got. Resurrection scroll. That's very useful. And I just now remembered that dying in this game is very interesting. And that's one of the things that they changed with those gifts, basically, like that the free DLC update they kind of gave everybody. Is I think it kind of addresses the way dying works in this game. So when you die in this game, your body stays there, and the rest of your companions can use a resurrection scroll or resurrection. Put that on, looks better. Resurrection scroll or resurrection spell. If you don't have any, your body stays there. Now they can still go venture around the world. They can go buy a scroll. They can do whatever they want, but your body stays in that location. I think now they changed it so when you take a rest, people are healed. I believe that's how it is now, but I'm not positive. But you can go ahead and deactivate that if you want, so if I don't like that, I can always change it later. Okay, I want to go into here because I think there's some interesting stuff over here, so let's go into here. Unless we have to break down this door. I don't feel like breaking down the door.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You don't recognize the symbol, but it's clearly warning you away. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
In case something happens in here, let's save it, because I have not saved it. Yeah, we'll write this. Alright, so we're not going to be going into any of this, although it might be worth it. Let's see if we can loot
I need to get out of here now.
this fog, this guy without getting into the fog. Okay, no. Are there any other bodies in here? Somebody was saying they needed to get out, but I don't see anybody anywhere. Might have been somebody in there, maybe, I don't know. All right, let's move forward on with the game. more stuff happens once we get upstairs. A little bit more money. We'll take it. We'll take all the money we can get right now because we need whatever we can get. All right, combat. Let's do it. Although I somehow got on the wrong... There we go. I got on the wrong tree. No, let's not do that one. Let's do... Raise Bloated Corpse. We're going to raise this guy so we have an ally essentially working with us. And let's do Mosquito Swarm on this one. One thing I like about this is you can do multiple attacks and you have multiple options per encounter. I really like that, where as opposed to like some games you have one attack and maybe you can move or whatever. This, it's just however much you do here. Let's do this so I can show you what it looks like. Vile Burst. I really like how this works. Basically, you blow up, and then it damages everybody, although I wasn't quite close enough for that one, but it damages everybody in that area. The next turn we're going to raise this other corpse right over here. Actually, we can't. This is the cooldown, so 2 turns until it cools down. So let's just go ahead and attack for now. And attack again. And a miss. Do I have one more? I got one more attack. Alright, there we go. End turn. Okay, let's go ahead and do this on this guy. And attack again. You notice I'm getting healed too because of the blood on the floor. Although I am almost dead. If he gets one more hit on me, I am... Oh, because of my ability, I came back alive, which is awesome. Let's heal 30 health. Let's do this. Yeah, the ability that I chose, like when I get below 0, I come back once per encounter, once per day. I forget. But let's try and kill this guy. And the Tactician mode is essentially like a harder difficulty, so you do take more damage, as you see from how this encounter is going. Now next, I think this turn I can bring him back, so let's do that. Actually, first let's get some health from... I might only give him 1 health though because he only has 1, but whatever, we'll do that. That way we don't have to worry about him attacking. Yeah, we only got 1 health, but we got a little bit more from blood. Now let's raise this corpse. And I don't think I can do anything else. Let's put me right over there. Now this corpse is going to go attack with us as well. I don't remember how attack of opportunities work in this game. I think it is like D&D, but I don't remember exactly. I might die again. And we have died. Like I said, this game is hard. And I do have it on a harder difficulty because I am semi-familiar with this one. I did want to play it on a little bit higher difficulty. I didn't do that encounter as good as I could have. For instance, the first thing, I probably shouldn't have exploded as early. As you see, there's not really a whole lot of options early on as far as like what I could be doing. This game really does benefit by having multiple players. I don't have multiple players to play with at the moment. I'm doing it just by myself. But as you can see, not an easy game. I do have it on a hard difficulty, but still. So I think, not this turn, but next turn maybe we'll do that, bring my armor up a little bit more. But for now, we'll just try and deal damage and try and get them as dead as we can before they get to us. Oh, I hit the wrong... No, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. I was going to say, I think I hit the wrong thing. Now, that's supposed to be healing me, but I want to try and deal as much damage as I can. The top thing is going to be his armor, so we got to get his armor down first before we can do anything. We could go down here. We could try and, like, evade them. Which actually isn't a bad idea. Let's go down here and try and evade them for a little bit. It's going to make it longer until they can get to me. Let's try and put this guy down. His armor's down now. But that's all we can do with him this turn. See, now he's got to go all the way around, so it's going to take longer for him to get to us, which this helps us. Okay, is there any water around here? I don't see any water. I'm trying to think about something to put these out, but I don't see any water. I like the way the tentacle looks. Okay, let's go ahead and... This is only in melee range. Yeah, that's only in melee range. I'm going to do something kind of weird. I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to try and confuse them a little bit and buy me a little bit more time. And do that. So now he's going to come back here, so he's essentially just wasting his turn. And he only gets one attack on me as opposed to however many he got before. Alright, you. Attack. Go ahead and attack again. And now go ahead and go boom, because he's probably going to die from him killing him, so let's go boom. There. We got him almost dead now. I think we should have it this time. Assuming we don't die in very stupid manners again. He's actually closer to death. Let's go ahead and try and kill him first. I could possibly kill him right now, unless I fail. That's so close. And I don't have enough to attack him again. I don't want to use this yet, but let's go ahead and pop this now. That way we can just take a little bit more damage, hypothetically, if we need it. Okay, put you down. Awesome, we don't have to deal with him anymore. We can resurrect. Let's resurrect. Yeah, the same one. The one that we just killed, we're going to resurrect him to come fight with us. And let's bring you back here a little bit. Basically burn some of his AP, that way he doesn't maybe get as many attacks on his turn. Oh, sweet, he's going after him. That helps us out a lot. I did not mean to open up that, my bad. Let's go ahead and do this, because this also heals us. Let's go over here and try... Oh, we don't have enough, so let's just go ahead and end this turn. Alright, this time we got it. This time was better. As you see, like I said, this game is not easy. It really does benefit by having multiple players. Unfortunately, for this playthrough, I am going to be doing it alone, so I'm not going to have that ability. But once we get off this boat, we get more people in our party, in our group, and then that kind of essentially is multiple players. I'm just controlling all of them. Same as Pathfinder or Pillars of Exile. There we go. 100 XP. What's this guy got on him? He's got a fireball scroll. What do you got? Nothing. Oh, this one. Nothing. What's this Magister got? Nothing. Alright, let's go over here. Okay, so now this is a scenario where you get kind of the idea of some of the game mechanics. So I can move this. Don't know if I can move it to where I need, though. Oh, sweet. It's already, the fire's already going out. So let's go up over here. I think somebody dropped something good up here, if I remember correctly. But I want one of these water barrels. Is it going to break if I put it right here? I want one of these water barrels to put out the fire so I can get into there, but I don't think it... I think it only breaks once I put it on fire, I think. Put it over here. Because if I go on that fire right now, I'm getting damaged, which obviously we don't want to do that. Now let's go up here and try and put out some of this fire. There we go. Let's see what these guys got. I don't remember what they have. And I see, let's move this. See, improvised wand. Okay, what about you? And we got a blinding radiant scroll and some gold. All right, so we got a wand, a scroll, and some gold. Let's venture over towards this life raft.
That means there's still a chance.
I don't want to go in there yet. I want to go into here. So now we're back down here. Let's help this one.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and...
Oh, maybe we can't. Maybe we have to go to the life raft first. Like I said, it's been a while since I played this. I don't remember. Oh, more combat. Here we go. But now all these people are helping us as well. Let's do this one. And I'm gonna end it there. And these are some of the people that we can basically eventually get to work with us in our party. I don't know why he came all the way over here to do that, but I'm okay with it. It kind of helped me out. I don't have 3 of them and just 2 of us. It's now 3 of us.
I thought void breaking was supposed to be scary.
Let the games begin.
She's a character that I really like using as well. She's I don't want to ruin the story, but she's a little her character is crazy, I'll put it that way. I don't mean like actually like crazy. She's not like psychotic, but she's got a crazy character. Yeah, we'll get to that. She's definitely going to be on my party, so you'll get to see some of her story in the game. Alright, we're just going through all their motions. Unfortunately, we have to sit through them. Fortunately, there's not that many enemies that we have to deal with, so we get through them pretty quick. And you notice how that blood on the floor got frozen. You can electrify or freeze blood, or any liquid really. Some things are flammable. It's just a really cool like mechanic they have in the game. Alright, sweet.
Let's head above decks for some air.
See if we can open this door from this side. Now that we have a key. I think we have a key to this door. Let's just check it. Nope. Alright, last thing. I wanted to search these two because I don't know what's in here. Maybe just a couple of gold, but actually a little bit more. Alright, so now we can maybe... Actually, she's gone. Oh, there she is. Now maybe we can pick her up. Or not pick her up, but help her.
I hear something.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound.
Leave her to fend for herself. No, we're going to help her.
With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister C1's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror.
Hold the cloth tighter to the wound, unravel the blood-red cloth, and wrap it snugly around her neck like a tourniquet. Slit her throat better and quickly.
It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. C1 clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder.
Continue holding the cloth to the wound. Take C1's hand and try to help her stand up.
C1 struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
And we're all dead.
It's ripping the ship apart.
I have plans.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan. Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship.